Hey, what's up everybody? So check it out. This week, guys, I'm actually going to be reviewing 2 all-natural deodorants instead of natural soaps. This week I have the Birchwood Breeze and the Pine Tar by Dr. Squatch. So with that being said, guys, let's get right into the video. And sweet deal, guys, and here you have the Pine Tar, and here's the Birchwood Breeze by Dr. Squatch. These are the 2 deodorants we'll be taking a closer look at, but I figured we'd take a little close-up. I'm gonna show you what they look like up close and personal. This way you can see what they look like and all that good stuff. So, and as you guys can tell, as I kind of joked before in my previous video, it almost look like a big old glue stick and this amber colored screw top from the bottom. So it's actually really cool. I like to pick on it, but it's actually cool. It's whatever, right? It's a stick of deodorant. These bad boys come in at 2.65 ounces, so they got a little good size to them. So, but yeah, that's what they look like. I mean, it's a stick of deodorant, right? Whoopie-doo, but there you go. That's what, if you're curious, that's what they look like. All right, fantastic. Now that you took a closer look at them and got to see what they look like, get an idea what they're all about, let's go ahead and talk about a little bit about performance. Now, if you watched my previous video where I talked about the Bay Rum, the Fresh Falls, and the Alpine Sage, I go a little bit deeper detail on how they did. Now, if you haven't and you're wondering, don't worry, I put a link up in the top corner. This way you guys can go check it out. But if not, here's a quick recap or an idea. I would say performance-wise, it's fairly identical to the other deodorants. I didn't really see nothing different. I think in terms of differences, it's just really the smell, honestly. That's really the main difference here. And other than that, performance is pretty spot on. So be rest assured if you are a fan of them and you're just wondering about that. Now, if you didn't watch them, my previous video, you're probably wondering what the heck does even mean. Well, here we go. First off, longevity-wise, like how long does stick of deodorant actually last you? I've used the Alpine Sage, the Bay Rum, and the Fresh Falls now. All 3 of them have all lasted me over a month and a half. Not a month, a little bit over a month and a half. I've had some people tell me it lasted them 2 months. So, but at this point, guys, I do feel confident to say they will at least last you in the ballpark of a month and a half. So that's a pretty good duration there. In terms of duration, actually, when you actually apply it, right, like how long will it last you for each usage, I feel very confident saying they will last you 6 hours in that area. I get people that say it lasts all day. I guess some people say it lasts 4 or 5, 3, you know. But for me, I find them to last 6 hours. Now, there's a lot of factors that go into that as well. A real big one is if you never used natural deodorants before, and like this is the first one you're gonna actually ever be using. Your body's not used to using natural deodorants, so it's gonna take you a little longer to get adjusted to it. Because this may sound really weird, but there's actually like an entire ecosystem on your armpits. I know it sounds a little weird, but it's true. And so when you present a natural deodorant to it for the first time, your body takes a little time to adjust. And that's what really give you like this onion smell at first, if you ever notice that. But it takes time. So for me now, I would say realistically, I don't even think about it anymore. It'll last me 7, 8, even 9 hours, right? But I also work indoors, which leads to another factor. So what are you doing with it, right? If you're sitting around all day in your house, whatever, like, I don't know, you're just kicking it, dude, right? Like you're playing video games all day or that kind of day, just that day. You're just chilling at the house. They'll last you all day. Like you put it on, you're good. You're good for the remainder of your day. Shouldn't have any problems. But if you're like me, if you're working indoors, like I said, I always feel confident in that 6 hour range. Just to clarify, I don't mean like once you hit 6 hours, like bam, it's over. No, I mean like it's this gradual decline, and like once you hit that 6 hour range, you might want to go take a check. You might want to check yourself before you wreck yourself, right? But just make sure you check yourself, because you don't want to get caught in that situation. And especially for people who are just using natural deodorants, I just kind of recommend you maybe bring your stick with you. Just if you gotta make a quick trip to the bathroom and just reapply, you may have to do that. And that's okay, because your body will eventually adjust. So, but in the meantime, do what you gotta do, right, baby? Do what you gotta do. Now, a question I get typically quite often is, do the deodorants leave a stain? And I'll say to you is, no, they don't. I don't experience any stains, especially any yellow or those weird miscolorization type of stains. Those definitely not. I don't get those anymore. Now it's just from the aluminum. So since aluminum is absent from this deodorant, you shouldn't be experiencing that. Now, I've had one guy tell me that he would get these like white stains under his armpits, right? But he admitted that he was using probably way too much. So that could be something to look forward to. I don't know what that information means, but take that as you will, you know? So maybe if you use too much, it might leave some stains, right? But you may have to put more, so maybe you can wear an undershirt or something to combat that. But like I said, I've been using them for 6 months. Just telling you guys what I've experienced. I've never experienced any kind of stains like that. But, you know, we're all different and, you know, who knows? But my experience, I have not yet experienced that. So something else I have to point out about these deodorants, very similar to the last group of deodorants I reviewed by Dr. Squatch. Again, not the best when it comes to absorbing moisture. You are going to sweat through them. They're not going to do a very good job of absorbing them or stopping the moisture. Now, I recognize they're not antiperspirants, so, you know, but still, you will notice there will be quite a bit of moisture. So if that happens to you, you notice that, you're like, oh crap, did my deodorant break? No, that's just not very good at doing that. So take that for what that is. If that's a deal breaker for you, just keep that in mind. Or if it's something you can tolerate, but that's more of a personal preference thing. For me, I'm okay with sweating. I'm not a big sweater to begin with. So as long as I don't stink, I can handle that. You know, I'll wear undershirts, so it's fine, right? You know what I mean? So, but that is something I just want to point out for you guys. So let's first take a closer look at the Birchwood Breeze. Now, I really did like the Birchwood Breeze because the Birchwood Breeze actually featured like this really soft, gentle, made me think almost like a fresh, clean linen smell. I know it says like it's like this woodsy smell, and it does have like a little birch in there. You can tell, you can catch it, but for me, man, I just really had more of a clean sheet vibe. You know, that's really the impression I got, and I'm really happy it did, man. It was like a breath of fresh air to actually have a deodorant where it's like not trying to be a quote unquote super manly, right? It was just nice to have just a pleasant smelling deodorant, you know, that was not obnoxious or intrusive or anything. Not saying that the other ones were, but I just felt like this one was so like much more laid back and gentle. It was just pleasant. You know, it just was really nice. It was just pleasant to have, and it's just nice smelling. I think overall, I really like the Birchwood Breeze, man. I think this is one, I like him way more than the Bay Rum, and I have to say I actually enjoyed it more than the Alpine Sage. The Alpine Sage grew on me, but I think I like this one more than that one. This one just right off the bat, it was just different and it was nice. So that's some quick thoughts on that. You can always feel free to let me know what you think how it smells. So with that being said, let's move on to the Pine Tar, where I'll give you some of my thoughts on that one too. So quick thoughts on the Pine Tar by Dr. Squatch. This one came out about a month ago. I was super excited to hear this one, man, because I'm a big fan of their Pine Tar. I love their Pine Tar soaps. And when I got in, I was super excited and really pumped to let you guys know that this deodorant right here actually smells literally just like their soap. So if you smell their Pine Tar soap, dude, it smells just like it. It smells just like their soap, and I flipping love it. I love it, man. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about it in terms of smell. It smells like the Pine Tar soap. So it's super good, it has a nice pine smell, so which is really awesome when you think about it, because you can do a really nice blend, right? You don't have to have your smells fighting each other. You know, just a perfect balance of Pine Tar, where you guarantee to smell like a walking pine tree. So yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on the Pine Tar. Overall, I think it's awesome. I think you should get some if you're looking at the deodorants. And if you like the Pine Tar, then absolutely get this one. So, but with that being said, guys, that wraps up my thoughts on the Pine Tar. All right, guys, now that we took a close look at the Birchwood Breeze, and the Pine Tar, let's go ahead and start wrapping up the video. Let's do some final thoughts here and what I think overall of the 2 new additions in the deodorant lineup for Dr. Squatch. First and foremost, I want to make it clear, I really did like both the Birchwood and the Pine Tar. I think they're really, really nice. I think they both smell fantastic, honestly, for 2 totally different purposes. The Birchwood Breeze, I really liked it because it was just different, and it just, in the idea that it was just like soft, gentle, and had like this clean sheet or clean linen vibe. Something I really dug, and I really like deodorants that take that approach, where it's just pleasant to smell and it's just like gentle. And then the Pine Tar on the other end is like a little more aggressive, a little more masculine, right? But it smells just like the Pine Tar soap, right? But it's definitely big, definitely more aggressive, has more bite to it. It's a little stronger in that sense. It has a nice pine smell though. But both of them overall really smell just fantastic, and performance-wise, they perform just as well as the other ones. So if you use them before, you know what you're gonna get your hands on. It's just the same thing, just a little. Obviously, your smells are gonna smell a little differently. Now, price range, again, these deodorants are a little expensive. They come at $12. So, but I think if you subscribe to them, you can save $1 or $2. But still, it's still north of $10 for a stick of deodorant. So it's a little tough swallow there. It's pretty expensive for a stick of deodorant. Now it does help mitigate that price when you consider they will last you for like a month and a half. That at least makes it some, easier to tolerate, I guess, if you will. But still a little expensive on that end. But hey, in terms of natural deodorants, man, I would still say this. Dr. Squatch's deodorants still are some of the best deodorants, natural-wise, that I've used. And for me, that's a big thing because I'm just trying to get away from using those deodorants. And I'm sure a lot of yours as well. Because, I mean, you gotta think of it, man. You're using this every day. There's really no exception to that. You apply that deodorant straight to your skin every single day, and it sits on your skin. Your body's absorbing that probably a little more than the soaps. Soaps, you wash your body and you wash it off. That's it. I know your skin obviously does absorb. Your skin's amazing, and I know it does absorb. But that 2-minute or whatever sequence pales in comparison to the deodorant, which that's gonna last you for hours. That's on your skin for hours, right? So I often think of that stuff. So I think deodorant is a little bigger emphasis. Like, gotta try to find more natural stuff that actually works. And it's hard, man, because a lot of natural deodorants, I hate to say it, dude, they kind of suck. It is what it is. Not trying to be a meanie or a jerk there, but dude, your stuff's crap, But so far, I can't really complain about Dr. Squatch's deodorants. So for me, I'm willing to pay a little bit more for some natural deodorant that actually works, where I can avoid some of those harmful chemicals and things like that, where it's gonna be applied to my skin for hours at a time. You know what I mean? So that's how I sort of look at it. And that's how I justify that $12 in my mind. And the fact that it lasts, a month and a half. That's how I justify it in my mind. So, but guys, let me know. That's just my opinion. I'm just telling you what I think. And that's all based on my experiences. A lot of you guys tell me you have mixed results. Some of you say it lasts forever, and you have like nothing but high praise, and some of you not so much. So it's interesting, Look, I'm not affiliated with Dr. Squatch. I'll leave all the links in below. None of those links are affiliated. I have no affiliation with Dr. Squatch, which is interesting because I'd love to know how many soaps I've sold those guys. At this point, I feel like I might have sold them thousands of soaps. Interesting to think about it, but whatever. But guys, I hope that helps you. I hope you get something out of the review. I hope that kind of like makes some sense to you, and if you have any questions, man, by all means, ask. Like I said, I've been using the dang deodorants for months now, literally half a year. So I got a little bit more experience with them now. I feel more comfortable using them. So if you ask any questions specifically about the deodorants, I feel comfortable I should be able to answer. But guys, this pretty much wraps up this review. As always, I'm Natural Soul Man with another review, guys. So till next Tuesday, I will see you again with another review, guys. Till then, take care and be safe. And bye-bye.